Oh, please, Pinhead. I work at Arkham Asylum. I see people like you all the time. I think you suffer from Asperger Syndrome. The reason why your videos don't blow up the way you want is because you lack social skills. Take this video for instance. You're walking around like Fred Sanford after sipping on a bottle of Ripple and you don't make any eye contact. You're socially incompetent. You have the personality of a turnip, and don't let me get on that cynical laugh of yours. The difference between you and someone like Tommy is that Tommy engages his audience. He looks at the camera and talks with conventions. You, on the other hand, whimper like a timid puppy being walked in the rain. YouTubers like Inferred Impact welcomes people to comment on his videos and has healthy discussion, whether he agrees or not. He doesn't have to constantly reassure himself that he's intelligent, hence why you are scared to debate someone like him. Your best chance to branch out was after you left wood grain, but you decided to stay in this sector because it's your crutch. There are tons of black YouTubers that make enlightening, constructive, and informative videos. Azrael debunked you even after you insulted him. Another symptom of Asperger's is obsession with something. You are obsessed with being a master debater. You are obsessed with LA, so much so that you are having anxiety attacks in the comment section. Are you upset because people see that LA has vlogging talent and it's superior to yours? This will be my last comment to you. Enjoy debating worthless white trash, you puny simpleton.
You know, I always wondered why they never came out with a candy bar with cashews in it. You see what I mean? Like, you got candy bars with like regular peanuts in it. But how good would that be for like a candy bar to have caramel and cashews in it? You know, that's something to really think about. I'm like, I know, maybe I'm onto something there. Alright, not a YouTuber, just like making videos. And this is going to be an interesting one here. I'm going to respond. You know, guy named Franklin Castle made a comment, you know, in the discussion area of my video. And so therefore, now, you know, I could have done a text reply, but I decided to do a video reply because his comment only proved me right. You know, I'm like, it was like I could take this comment and use it as cannon fodder against him. Now, he goes into something about Asperger's syndrome, the syndromes of Asperger's disease. You know, I don't know, Asperger or Asperger. You know, if I'm saying that wrong, then I'll take the bullets for it because I never heard of it. But hence, I'm going to do I did my research to figure it out, and it was pretty vague. I'm like, it's basically what he was doing. It was a fancy schmancy way of him saying I'm retarded. But hence, that term is such an overused cliche nowadays, especially here on YouTube. But he went in, you know, when I did my research, it was like, you lack social skills. But I also talked about nonverbal communication. So, lack social skills, obsession with something. Basically, just somebody that's just, you know, that seems very probably socially awkward. You know, an introvert type character. And so it seems kind of vague. You know, it's like, you see what I mean? It's like, because, you know, just reading about it, it's like I can probably go to a lot of YouTubers' videos and say, hey, you suffer from Asperger Syndrome. You suffer from Asperger Syndrome because the symptoms are vague as hell. Hey, I might have it and so forth. But my thing is, even if I do have it, it will not take away from the content of my videos. And that's the thing. I'm tired of people trying to turn my channel into something that it's not. Hence, I've never I never said that I'm going to give you good tips to how to be an excellent socialite and so forth. But it was interesting for me to do that research. And you know, the thing is, it's like me. if I go to somebody's channel and who's talking about video games, just the whole channel is about playing video games and so forth, and I say to them, I'm like, hey, you suffer from Asperger Syndrome because you lack social skills. You know what I'm saying? You're socially incompetent. You sit around and play video games. You know what that guy would say to me? You know what I'm saying? He'll tell me fuck off because that's not what my channel's about. You know, and so forth. Now this guy, Franklin Castle, I'm like, he's Tommy Sotomayor supporter and so forth. Then you can see why he has his gripes against me. And you know, and he's one of those guys that I don't know, man. I guess, you know what I'm saying, my videos completely like chip his ass. Now, the video, you know, infallible, you know, words of the master debater. I was letting off a little steam in that video. I was sort of vexed. I was a little clustered because what was going on, because I was being trolled hard. Hence, in his comment, he never, you know, he never mentioned, you know what I'm saying, why I made that video. He didn't say that, oh man, it's fucked up. They shouldn't downvote you just because, without fully viewing your content. You know, I guess I went out on my, you know what I'm saying, I had me a rant there, so forth, and then he was just typing away, and then he let it loose and said I was like, I have the personality of a turnip or whatever. I'm like, then, you know, why watch my videos? Now, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, use that, because I know that's overused, like, oh, if you don't like my videos, don't watch it, but seriously, you know what I'm saying, if I'm very dull, you know, and monotone, you know, and so forth, then why pay attention? And then he talks about, you know, maybe I lack charisma. That's why my channel hasn't blown up. Now, the reason why I sort of gripe about views is just, in this small corner of YouTube, you know, everybody's talking about the black community this, black community this. How many YouTubers have said, hey, we need to stop these petty squabbles and squams, and let's get to the real issue and talk about the real issue? You know, me, I don't really like those videos because I'll just come out with a video with real talk. I want to make a video talking about, hey, let's do some real talk and so forth. But you see, this corner is so, they're so enthralled with these little friction and combat and this friction and all these back and forths. Even when it's like the same damn people. The same damn people going back and forth. 2 days later, they're cool, then they're going back and forth. It's not like there has been any really new gladiators stepping into the arena and so forth. So that's what my gripe is. People just honestly say, hey, yeah, I want to just see people just go back and forth. That's what this corner should be about and so forth. You know. So, you know, but hence. But what he said, as I said before, it only reinforced, you know, some my statements in my video, like, you know, like people assassinating my character or trying to probe into my personal life or whether I have friends or not. You know, I'm like, why should that matter? Why should that matter? What does it pertain to my video? Since I said in my video I got all these thousands of friends and I got all these women I'm jumping back and forth. Hence, and it goes back into my video, people are more infatuated with what they don't see. And up elbows, you know what I'm saying, and throw a couple of them back. Matter of fact, I talk about it quite frequent about how I like to, you know what I'm saying, go to bars and spew my useless trivia and so forth. You know, one particular time, I kid you not, I was in a bar and I was talking to a Jewish girl, you know, and then we just started talking about the concepts, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing with Israel, you know, Gaza Strip. And I mentioned a book by Noam Chomsky called An Obsession with LA. First of all, me calling myself the master debater is kind of like a fun moniker, you know. Sometimes it's for entertainment purposes, but hence, I do like to debate. You know, a lot of my videos are rebuttal videos, and you know what I'm saying, and I leave the door open for anybody. You know what I'm saying, I'm open to any invitation You know what I'm saying? To mentally spar. You know, and then my obsession with LA. And then he said LA is a superior vlogger to me. Good for him. You know, I'm like, isn't this what LA does? I'm like, this is his profession or whatever, working on radio and having all this talent. Hence, LA should have blown up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he should be sitting at least, I don't know, 20,000 subscribers. I'm like, me and him have pretty much the same amount, you know, subscribers. We'll get to say around the same amount of views. Now, especially if we just do a whole lot of beef is, but he does a whole lot of maniacal shit on his videos. Or he does a whole lot of uncanny stuff. I'm like, you know, his credibility is shot. You know, especially just recently, you know, somebody they tested his pimpology and so forth. You know, when they say that a real pimp will not get offended if you call his girl a hoe. And then when LA said that he was a simp until he was 24, that's what he said. Until he was 24, 25, he was a simp. And then, you know, he I guess, you know, he got his heart broke or whatever, then became a pimp. No. Even though, you know what I'm saying, I don't know much about this realm, but I do know that they say that a pimp is born, he's not made. I find it hard to believe that somebody, you know what I'm saying, got their heart broken and then all of a sudden they want to be a pimp. I don't want to go in on him, but hence, LA has taken more shots at me than I have him. LA has made more videos about me than I have of him. There's times when I wanted to squash, you know what I'm saying, whatever petty qualms we had, then I go over to his channel and then hence he's mentioning my name and so forth. So yeah, and then this whole obsession thing, I'm like, in this, under this umbrella, this corner of YouTube, under the Tommy Sotomayor umbrella, yeah, there's a lot of people obsessed with certain individuals, certain personalities. So I'm not even going to go there. Now, he also mentioned something about Tommy Sotomayor. He said, well, when Tommy talks, he talks with conviction and all this. First of all, I'm not trying to compete with Tommy. There's no way. And there's no way I've ever said that I'm a better orator or I do this better than Tommy or I'm competing with Tommy. No, I just don't believe a lot of shit he says. I can easily debunk the stuff he says because it's not dealing with facts. There's a whole lot of hearsay and propaganda. But as far as him speaking with convictions, no, he's full of shit. He goes back on his words all the time. He's a shyster, like a con man. You know, it's like a used car salesman. You know, they can just, he's a good talker or whatever and getting his point across, but hence, this is his bread and butter, this is his milk and honey, this is his perfection. As in me, this is my hobby, you know what I'm saying? I try to squeeze time in to do YouTube videos, just like now. You know, me doing a YouTube video in the wee hours of the morning and so forth. So yeah, but this dude, Frank Castle, well, I remember one particular time that I made a comment, you know, on another video about Tommy. I mentioned something about Tommy, and then he reacts and he's like, stop mentioning Tommy or whatever. I'm like, whoa. Whoa, I'm like, you know, at this point, I recognize this guy. I'm like, this dude was, well, I'm like, he seems like he'll take a bullet for Tommy and so forth. I'm like, he has to understand, you know what I'm saying, people's gripes. Yeah, but seeing his psychiatric evaluation of me, you know, I'm like, I don't think, you know what I'm saying, you can do a very well thought out synopsis on somebody's character or mental capabilities through a YouTube video. I don't know. What are they? You know what I'm saying? Do psych degrees comes in back boxes of Captain and Crunch now? Now, hence. Now, the reason why I was letting off steam in that video, once because I was being trolled, and it's funny because I'm being trolled all of a sudden right after I was speaking on the TRS show. And it wasn't like I went over there to side with him or try to spark any kind of beef. I was talking about Now, Native Americans, we're talking about gun control and Trayvon Martin. I was even addressing this side of YouTube or whatever. And hence, if you listen to that show where I'm on, I'm like, Clifton Rainey had a problem with me because Clifton said something about me. He said, well, is that Pinhead? Is that Pinhead? Or, oh, I'm gonna stay away from the drama. Hence, that means he had words for me because some comments I made on this video. So he doesn't even like me. So I don't even know where people get an idea where I'm gonna jump side. And hell no, I don't agree with the things Clifton does in his video. Even if Clifton is going after people or making videos against people I personally don't like, it's not like I'm gonna root. That's the reason why I have such a solid rep. I'm just known for not rooting for somebody just because they're going after my opponent or somebody who's, you know what I'm saying, I'm having odds with and so forth. It's like when Victor Mullen made that video against LA where he used clips from 12 years of slavery. I consider that completely repulsive, and I let it be known in the comment section, you know what I'm saying, and we had a little tit for tat going on, a little text war going on. You know, I squashed it with him, but still, I still let him know, like, hey, I completely disagree with this video. That's just how I am. You know, I'm not gonna just, you know what I mean? But Franklin Castle, on many occasions when people have made rebuttals against me or tried to come at me, you know, with off-kilter attacks, whatever, I see him in the comment section. You know, even if what the dude is saying is a bunch of hodgepodge or whatever and not properly debunking my statements. You see what I mean? So, yeah. But, that's all I want to say. Thanks for watching, and Sally Forth. Oh yeah, Franklin Castle. Now, reading Batman comics don't